Is this trip a little bit different than the Denver one, and does that affect you guys at all?
Not crazy. I mean, I think that's part of being a pro. You got to get a good night's sleep and prepare your best you can. So, I think we're going to regroup after last night and come back strong tomorrow.
Did you guys get to see any video? Do you look at anything and see what wasn't good about that game, or I mean, were there good things too?
I think there was good things. They kind of took over when they got that shorty there, and it was hard to get the momentum back. But there was for sure some good things, and we haven't got to watch video yet. We've been on the plane, so we'll get at that tomorrow and try to get better.
What is the process of coming home and playing in that arena and just getting the fans behind you?
Yeah, it'll be great. Our fans are awesome. They've been awesome all year, so it's going to be huge to get back in front of them and hopefully get a win.
And then power play, I know it's off and on. It's an opportunity, especially in games like that, where you can really change things around. Is there certain things you look at and say, hey, we have to do this better?
I think execute. We just got to execute. We got two really good units. That both move the puck really well. I think, just execution. That's all it comes down to.
If Tanev's out, do the forwards talk about how they have to help defensively as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even if he's in, we got to do our part and help out as much as we can. And, they got some good players over there, so it's going to be a 5-man unit to shut them down.
There have been some big momentum swings in the series. Edmonton had one last night, obviously. This is maybe a stupid question. What goes into limiting an opposing team's big momentum swing?
Just playing your game, I guess. Sometimes there's nothing really you can do, but you do your best to kind of limit their chances and limit especially when you're on the road, limit the crowd excitement, right? So, it's a hard question, sorry. Thanks.
You've been through some travel last year in the playoffs. This one today seemed a little bit tougher than the Denver trip. Does that affect how you guys prepare for the next game?
A little bit. It's definitely a long travel day. But, it's the same formula. Get your rest, get some food in you, and prepare for the next one.
And then if Chris Tanev's out, how does that affect you guys? And I know, you're prepared for every game no matter what, but would that be a big hole you guys have to fill in defense?
Yeah, he's a great player. I hope he plays. If he doesn't, I guess we'll solve that problem when we come to it.
There's been some big momentum swings in this series on both sides. Edmonton had one last night. What goes into limiting a opponent's momentum swing as much as possible?
They're a great team. They're going to make pushes. They got McDavid, Draisaitl. They got great players that are going to take over shifts. You just got to kind of stop it at one. Not let them get rolling 2-3 shifts in a row. You got to keep pushing back. But it's I don't know. I mean, it's a loud building out there. They get momentum going. It's tough to stop.
You're still younger at this, but you also have 2 years of playoff experience. What's that's been like, and how is it? I mean, is this a big challenge? Is it just a regular challenge? I mean, seems like you guys have handled these pretty well in the past.
We're a veteran group. Most of these guys have been on the block a time or two. This is my second time in playoffs, so I have some experience to fall back on. But it's a tough thing to do is to win games. The other team's trying to, so you just gotta be 1% better than them.
At the 2-2 mark, does that feel good? I mean, you do have 2 out of 3 at home, and you're in it's not like you got down after that loss.
Yeah,
you're even right now.
Yeah, 2-2's fine. We got home ice advantage now, and it's just kind of a best 2 out of 3, and we just got to win 2 of them.
Anything that you guys do good there? I know the numbers have said that there's been a little bit more struggles at home than on the road, but you also have had some pretty good games there of late.
I don't think our game plan really changes on the road at home. We just got to bring the same level of detail and focus that we do on the road at home and try and win one.
Thank you. Can you give us an update on Tanev at all, or?
No, flew back today, so he'll see the doctor. We'll take some pictures today and cross our fingers.
Well, Your Honor, I'll ask for some latitude on these follow-ups, but then if he can't play, how is Hakanpää? Is he a potential player or not?
Probably not tomorrow, but you never know for the rest of the series. we'll see. I mean, those are all hypotheticals. We'll first find out on Tanev what the story is, and then we'll make some decisions from there if we have to.
More. What
Yeah.
have you seen from Pouliot? I mean, these are
Yeah.
the guys people are going to be asking about and talking about. What have you, he got called up, and he's been a really good defenseman in the AHL if he's an option.
Yeah, I mean, all those guys are an option. You know, we've got to discuss all those guys. So, you know, again, you don't have to make a decision until you have to, and you know, we don't have all the information yet, so we're not even going to go there.
So even in discussions, would you be talking 11-7 or anything like that? Or
No, we wouldn't be talking 11-7, no.
And then this travel day is a little bit different. You went through them with Seattle last year. Is that harder as you get deeper in the playoffs and the travel gets a little bit more squeezed?
Not really. I mean, you know, we had a nice break between last round and this round. You know, they're coming off 7 games, so there's no excuses travel-wise.
And then video-wise, did you see anything, or have you looked at anything that you saw last night that you would like to correct?
Yeah, I mean, I liked her start, like I said. You know, I thought, you know, obviously, you know, they were better for longer periods of time. You know, I think a lot of time in the NHL, you get what you deserve. You know, there's not many nights you win and you're not, you know, you don't deserve to win. So, or, you know, the teams are even. I thought, you know, the better team won last night. You know, I think the games we've won, we've been the better team. So we've got to up our game here at home in Game 5.
Can you change momentum quickly? It seems like that possibility's there for a team, and either in a series or coming into a game. It seems like you can kind of turn things around.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, that's the whole response thing of the playoffs, and even in a game, you know, everyone talks about you know how do you control losing leads or coming back in games. You've got 2 of the highest scoring teams in the league. Neither team needs a lot of room to score or a lot of opportunity. So you're going to have some of those lead changes in a series like this.
Is it different from even 4 or 5 years? We've talked about that. It just seems like this is a more mercurial brand of hockey that is being played right now.
Yeah, I think it's different. There's more skill, but you're also at the end with really talented teams, and like I said, 2 of the highest scoring teams in the league.
And kind of along those lines, what goes into limiting an opponent's momentum run?
Yeah.
There's been a few back and forth. What goes into stopping that as much
Yeah.
as possible?
Well, someone asked me that last night. I mean, you know, obviously both teams, if they had the answer to that, they would have done it. You know, in basketball, you can call a timeout. In hockey, the timeouts are really, really valuable because you need them for coaches' challenges, you know, potentially. And if you use it up, you're not allowed to use that. So, you know, it's usually on the group to find a way, a big save, a momentum-changing shift. But you're going to have some momentum changes in games in this series just because, like I said, you've got 2 very high-scoring teams that don't need a lot of room or time or looks to score. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.